Yes, I know I'm out of storage. I don't care. All right, there you go. And we're live for pre-show.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Hey!
It's just the three amigos today, folks. So this is going to be an off-the-cuff review.
All right, looks good on my end.
Then someone
Got
should
Twitch
get
up.
it shared to the group
Let's make sure my chat bot's
and
going.
Super Geeks page. I'll go here, click share to group, and share it to a couple of the other groups. More options. Share to group. I hate what Facebook has done to sharing. I really do.
Just like Facebook in general.
Yeah, I do too. Alright, sharing to the group now. Join us.
And thank you for the host, son.
You're welcome, as always.
And for the title of this, I'm going to put "Join us for the fun, no side boob."
Damn it, Joe.
That's what I'm putting for the title for the when I'm sharing to the group. Oh, Joe did something.
That's where the side boob came from.
Yeah, I know. That's okay though. It'll work. Let's see here. Sharing to all things Trek. I'm trying to.
It looks like I'm gonna have to step away because I got a hydrate redeem. Nothing to hydrate with.
God damn it, Greg. You gotta at least give the man a minute before we get started before you start pumping him full of water. Gee. Let's see, I'm live on my... Yes. Cool. That's live there. Our Twitches are twitching. Hopefully how's the background noise on my end, son?
You're fine, but your volume's a little high.
My volume's a little high.
Yeah, you're.
They're peaking.
It's not even that you're peaking. It's like you're staying at a high static.
Okay. Input volume. I want settings. I have to adjust this everywhere for some reason. Okay, so how is this? Is this any better?
No, you're still quite high.
Okay, well, I have another way to fix that.
Okay.
Go over here to the microphone.
There we go.
And how is this? Is
Okay,
this
that's
any
much
better?
Yeah, that's better.
All right, let's get the intro out of the way while I'm doing the stretch redeem. And welcome to the Real Super Geeks podcast. On this, the 29th of January, 2022. My name is Ross. Live, love, play. The eyebrows of Doom himself. Showing some midriff. There's your side boob, Joe. This is all you get. This is what you get. This is what you deserve. Some OSHA mandated underbelly.
Underbelly was hot.
So, joining me today, of course, are my wonderful co-hosts, Justin and Sun. We're down to Greg, so it's just the three of us tonight. Or, as Sun said earlier, a ménage à trois.
Or the amigos.
So, how you doing this week, Justin?
Doing pretty good. It's been a pretty busy week. Kind of, get stuff situated here at the apartment. As you know, I had my ceiling come down on me last show and still not fixed. So I have been taking matters into my own hands to resolve the situation, whatever you decide to do. Other than that, doing pretty good. Playing a lot of Star Citizen. Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
No, Greg. No.
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 What did Greg
Menage a Troy.
You know, the one with Troy and Loxana and the Ferengi. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Justin. Son, how you doing this week?
Sorry.
Uh, well, I don't know, honestly. A bunch of shit happened this week, and like, it's when it rains, it hurricanes. I'll leave the more gruesome um parts out,
Oh,
but let's just say friends of my sister and her husband um survived suicide by chainsaw.
Oh
oh,
shit!
Yeah.
and here we go.
Like I said, I'll leave the more gruesome details out, but yeah, that happened this week. Um And the latest issue we're having this week is that the heat pump for the heater, because like when the heat comes on, the air conditioner blower outside, that outside unit comes on,
Weird
is
ass.
it's starting to fuck with other electrical lines
Oh, that's oh,
because
oh,
it will brown out when it comes on. It browns out the lights in here in the computer room.
uh,
It
that
doesn't
is
It
not
doesn't
good.
shut everything. Yeah, no, it's not good. It doesn't shut everything off enough to shut the computer down. But yeah, the lights go off.
That's not.
Um, but worse than that is that the kitchen line is doing weird shit when it turns off, when the heat turns off. And it will it will constantly just flicker power through that entire line. So much so that we had to unplug the microwave because the microwave was constantly fucking beeping because power was coming on and going off, coming on, going off.
Son, don't use
Yikes!
heat pump anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm in the same situation.
I mean,
I'm,
make sure cut it, cut it off at the breaker until it can get service because that is a sign that you have a short somewhere and that can cause an electrical fire. And
I,
it's better to be using electrical heaters than be without a home.
well, yeah, no. See, here's the thing. I live in a house that was built all electric
Mm,
in the '70s.
mm.
You know, this was a doctor's house that was built specifically in the '70s to be all electric and shit. Um, yeah, no, this place is ancient, but I'm in the same predicament you are, Justin. You call the land people, and you're waiting on their fucking handyman to show up.
Because my ceiling's still not fixed, so I had to. Uh, I
And the
contacted a lawyer, and I'm
and
going
the
to withhold my rent
handyman,
until it does.
the handyman is a jack of all trades, but a master of none.
No, no, no. Our handymen are janitors. They were hired as janitors, not maintenance. They're doing the work of maintenance, but they're janitors. They're not experienced. And I had the dude that come and look at my ceiling was just like, well, I don't know what to do here because it's still leaking. We've tried to stop the leak. I was like, fucking bring someone in, stop the fucking leak.
There's actually
Not
quite a
rocket.
bit. There's actually quite a bit more to that saying, Ross. It's
I,
been
I know there's more of a saying to it, but it's not relevant to the point I was trying to make.
sure. I mean, yes, I'd rather have a certified electrician here looking at stuff than someone who's going to go to the store and buy like another pipe to fit into a faucet fixture.
Or duct tape it.
Just a little spackle, and you're good to go.
Yep,
Yeah,
just slap it
like
together. You're okay.
as old as this house is, it's probably got 2 or 3 grandfatherings of electricity in it.
You want to see what
And
happened to the
I'd rather
last?
have a certified electrician be out here looking at shit.
You want to see what happened to the last patch job the janitors tried to do to my ceiling?
Was that when it fell on your head in the bathroom?
No, this was after. That is their patch job.
Damn.
This
So
was
Okay. Well, son, I certainly hope you're staying safe and warm.
Well, I
And
definitely decided to take a vacation this week. So you may not be able to see it too clearly because it's a little bit evening here, but this is the This is Alderaan, and the big building behind me is a fucking dead emperor crab.
Is that Solstheim?
No,
Sol-
Vardenfell.
Okay.
Morrowind, yes.
Sweet.
And if this will show up, this is what it looked like when it fell on my head.
Ouch.
And I
Well,
don't know if you can tell discovering his feeling, but yeah, the whole section has to come down now.
I'm certainly feeling fortunate this week. Aside from the Greg's freaking glasses less redeem here I'm going through right now. Been
God damn
pretty
it,
good
Greg.
overall. I'm really stoked. The latest update for Warhammer 40K is coming out. My Tau, my original army is getting our update, and I've been going crazy with printing and assembling and painting offline all week. It's been fun. Although I am now officially out of resin, so gotta wait for more of that to come in.
And almost out of hard drive space.
Yeah, I'm out of hard because I've been I filled my D drive to capacity with STL files.
Greg, we source Ross a 4 terabyte hard drive or an 8 terabyte removable portable hard drive, please?
It's impressive when your hard drive isn't filled with porn, but miniature things for 3D printing.
I mean, you have a
Although,
separate hard drive for
There
porn.
are printable porn. There is printable porn.
Yes. Yes,
I
yes,
mean,
there is.
obviously there's principal porn.
You also
Just
print
don't
your
make
own-
it about Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
You can also print your own toys.
Let's get we've whinged enough tonight. Let's get into the topic, shall we? So first off, we have Star Trek Prodigy, the season 1 finale, part 1.
Yay!
I'm blanking on the name of this episode. Damn it!
The Morse.
I want to say it was called The Moral in Our Stars or something.
Yes, Moral
Something along
Star.
those
The
lines.
Moral Star Part 1.
Part 1. So we know going into it that it's a part 1, so we know there's going to be a measure of a cliffhanger at the end of this episode, but it's not the destination, it's the journey. The crew is still reeling from their encounter, separated across phases of time, heaping praise upon Rocktack for her heroism and their ability to work together to save the ship when they discover an ultimatum. The Diviner has said, return the Protostar and the Unwanted. The miners that he has enslaved will go free in exchange for the Protostar and for Gwyn. They stress and debate and yell for a time while they're trying to figure out what's going on until they finally resolve to make a plan, go back, and rescue as many people as they can. And in a moment of final solidarity, they finally don Starfleet uniforms. And I think they're kind of ugly, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I don't think they're meant to be actual.
Huh? They're cadet uniforms.
Yeah.
Anyway. They arrive and meet with the Diviner and Dreadnought and begin their negotiations. They haggle him to leave them his big, scary, pointy ship. He leaves with the Protostar. Dreadnought rewrites Janeway and gives us Mommy Goth Janeway.
Emo Janeway. Emo.
And Twitter rejoices.
Yeah, did you notice what uniform they put on her?
Yeah.
One from SDO.
I thought it was the Living Witness uniform. Anyway, and as the Diviner is leaving, he decides to give them one last fuck you and destroys the generator aboard his old ship. As gravity fails and the Protostar departs, everyone seems to lose hope until they finally say, okay, he's gone. We can drop the act now. They break out the jetpacks. Zero pops in to reveal that Murph has swallowed a star.
Greg literally told you that Murph was constantly spoiling the plot.
Murph swallowed the protocore and is holding it stable.
Because he can do that.
Wow. Of all of the... Wow. You look less amused, Justin.
I was like, well, we all knew Murph had a reason, but following a star.
Ross, were you? I'm not fascinated either. It's like, were you not paying attention the last several episodes?
Yes, I paid attention. I saw that he's indestructible. I saw that he swallowed photon grenades. They exploded and he's fine. Yes.
Not just photon grenades, an entire fucking box of them.
He can survive the vacuum of space, yes.
Mm-hmm.
However, I figured there'd be an upward limits before, containing an entire star.
I know it's a kid show.
It takes 2 warp cores to keep the gravity field intact in order to keep the protostar from expanding. And this little amorphous blob is able to contain the energies and be just fine and adorable.
Not only that, was also able to then fit inside a zero-sized compartment, which means that whatever the hell Murph is multidimensional to store that much space inside of him and then become a fucking ferret.
Murph is a TARDIS, confirmed.
Fucking sake.
The episode ends with them going to rally the prisoners, restore power, and find a way to get everyone off the asteroid before the Diviner returns with the protostar, naturally quite pissed. So,
I didn't realize that the protocore is gone.
Do they still have warp drive?
Maybe.
It went to warp.
Well, I mean, look, they took off. They took off to warp, and that's where Gwen was doing all the fucking stalling of "tell me your plan," and then before he even began to, or at least before we see anything of if she knows any of his plans, because telepathy, he's like, you're hiding shit, you're stalling, and then they realize the protostar core is gone. So they're not that far out at all. They can literally, it's literally going to take less than 5 minutes for them to turn around and chug back at warp.
Maybe.
We'll see. The episode as a whole, Justin, what'd you think?
I liked it. It was it was fun. It didn't go the direction I thought it would, but got a couple little more hints there on something that we'll be elaborating later that I think might come to light in the next part. Which I was kind of hoping we were going to finally get the background info on Diviner. Maybe we'll finally tie some things together, like what happened to Kote, I defeat Kote. There's a few questions that need to be answered. Like, how did I not have Chakotay's voice and command code?
Because he was there when the ship was taken.
I would have provided they would have had a torch there still to get it.
They might have.
Exactly, and that would be a new tragedy for Star Trek universe. I don't think they want to do that to a kid show. That would probably not bode well.
They've tackled some pretty serious themes in this show already.
It's true.
Parental abandonments several times over.
Parental abuse, abandonment, a few things.
Slavery.
Yeah, true.
Child abduction. It's a kid's show, sure.
All right.
But they're not pulling punches.
No, not. So we'll have to see where this goes. Hopefully, I really, they're going to leave us on a cliffhanger, but I hope it's nothing too crazy because you have to wait a whole however long hard run until we see it again.
When you say, "Oh, it's a kids show," you make it sound like it's SpongeBob SquarePants. This is not SpongeBob.
No, but it's supposed to be aimed at for kids.
As young adults.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
We're not talking about like SpongeBob and Bear in the Big Blue House for kids. we're talking about Clarissa Explains It All and Doug for kids.
Yeah. This is what they graduate to after they're done with Courage the Cowardly Dog.
God, I missed that show.
Oh,
and that show had way more adult themes than people even fucking realize. Holy shit!
All the cartoons do.
They all do. They just know how to creatively hide them.
No. Okay, so like a whole bunch of '90s cartoons had adult content, but not adult themes. Courage has a whole bunch of adult themes and not necessarily the adult content. Like, if you're watching the original Rocko's Modern Life, dude literally works at a sex phone call shop.
There was an entire episode that focused on Rocco's friends filming him naked going to get a glass of milk, and it becoming an indie movie icon.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Well, see, and that in and of itself, that's a dumbing down of of characters, Justin. Mm-hmm. Like, Pee-wee's Playhouse was a kid's show built off of Pee-wee Herman being the persona of Paul Reubens as basically a childlike innocence towards sex. So, like, yeah, the show itself is dumbed down and it doesn't include any of that stuff.
Alrighty. Back on topic.
Son, what'd you think of the episode?
I agree with Justin to a point. There's a lot more. There's still a lot of questions that really that need to be answered at some point. Like, as far as I'm aware, the enforcer guy, Dreadnought was not under the control of the diviner when Dreadnought took the ship or was on the ship in the initial taking. So my question then becomes, why the hell is the diviner's language the thing that's locked and encrypted in the fucking ship? That's the question I want answered. We talked about we just got through talking about Gwen and Father and telepathy, and what the hell did the Federation do, quote unquote, to their homeworld that makes him so, dude is literally willing to kill children to get at the Federation and this ship. What the hell happened? And then of course we get like the best line of everything, because I couldn't hear it any other way. We had Gwen pull a Gingy. You're a monster.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god.
I was wondering where you were going with that, because Gingy was one of my first Navy nicknames.
Oh, that makes total sense.
Why?
Total sense.
How? I don't understand it. It just stuck.
Okay, I can kind of explain this, Ross. There's a little bit of orange in your beard and your mustache.
I was clean shaven in the Navy.
Yeah, it still shows up even in stubble.
Even with the correct lighting, you got an orange hue to you.
It's the desk lamp. It's the only light I have.
No. Remember, you're in the Navy, and in basic training, and none of those organizations are using neutral lighting. They're using the warm lighting of fluorescent and the orange
It
bulbs.
was a nickname I got when I was on the submarine,
Mm-hmm.
where the lights are usually dark, tinted red or tinted blue.
Well, I mean, come on, even more. That's even more orange.
Red and blue is orange.
Anyway,
No, it's not. Red and blue is
Hey,
purple.
hey, son. Russ,
What?
look, look. You'll see. Wait a minute. We're looking at Russ's name. Made an edit.
Oh,
Genji?
okay.
Is it
I
Genji
don't
or
need
Genji?
healing, Justin. I'm not Genji. Anyway, any other thoughts, son?
um. So we know Murph literally has some kind of pocket dimension for a stomach or what have you. Well, well. I mean, wait a minute. Let's be honest here. We don't even know if Murph has an actual digestive tract at all. Because we've never seen. I mean, we've seen Murph cough stuff up
True.
when asked or shunned or whatever for something. We've never seen like full digestion for Murph. I mean, we just assume that it happens because we've not seen it with anybody else either. But you know,
It is
it is
over here.
entirely possible that Murph is like that fucking kitchen sink anomaly made
Kirby?
sentient from Voyager. The kitchen sink
Oh,
anomaly with the one that captures the Mars expedition.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
The quantum bubble.
Mm-hmm. It's entirely possible that's Murph.
oh,
So yeah, it's one of those things where I go, that's interesting. I wonder if Murph is like one of those things.
He's definitely something we haven't really seen in Star Trek before.
Hmm. Absolutely, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like.
that's why I enjoy it as much as everybody else seems to have weird feelings about it. I actually enjoyed the animated
Well, the
series.
cleaners gonna complain no matter what you do. They'll complain something blue that's now red. They will cry. Something that looks spruced up. They will cry. Something that
Hmm.
doesn't go
Uh,
their way.
you
They will
can't please
cry.
everybody, and some people are just going to be determined to be mad. So best
Yeah.
They
just
can
enjoy
cry
it and
mad
move
about
on.
it.
Just enjoy it and move on. All right, thank you, son. As for me, I already expressed my exasperation and bemusement at the fact that Murph can contain a star within itself, or a protostar within itself. I gotta say, for the crew really pulled themselves together with this plan. Dal was right. He couldn't come up with something this good on his own. He needed their help, and the fact that they all came together to create such an in-depth plan and then sell it. Holy crap! Did they sell it? It seems like everything that they'd come up with, everything that we saw, was mapped out from start to finish. It was like watching an abbreviated heist movie. Except instead of going in to steal something, you let someone else steal it and then get away before pulling the rug out from under them.
See, that's okay. So this is probably the kid show part of the whole thing, and maybe, but that's the one thing that bothered me in this episode. Just like the whole them hanging on to each other by basic ropes and shit. It's like all of these ropes are retractable. Start pulling each other in.
Well,
It was they were
put
putting
on a
on a
show.
show. They were doing that for the diviners' benefit, not because they were actually worried or scared, because they had jetpacks ready to go.
If
It's
they
zero
knew
and
the
fly.
designer would be watching, I agree with what Ross said. They were worried about the designer watching it and stopping and not leaving.
They had to sell the con.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but like,
I get the feeling they're going to turn the
I mean,
divider.
you could still sell the con of hopelessness by trying desperately to pull each other in too. Like, I mean,
You know, yeah, true, but I mean, if they got stopped their whole plan be ruined, which I think is they're going to use the asteroid ship to take it, yeah, and the protostar to take the asteroid ship to the Federation.
Well, they've got a bit of work to do first, but I was really impressed with how they pulled together to sell the con, to come up with the plan, to sell the con, and to create contingencies. They they made plans for expectations just in case they happened. There was some depth to this plan.
Yep.
They went through as many options as they could and did their best to compensate for it. They did a damn good job with that.
yeah,
And
this is where
I love how we got to that point too, where they heard the diviner's message. They all reacted to it differently. They all had different ideas on how they should proceed. And I really like that we see Dahl's growth. If this was Dahl at the beginning, right after they escaped, he would have said, nah, fuck them. Let's just keep going. But this time he knew that he couldn't do it. He wanted to,
Right.
but he knew that he couldn't. He wouldn't be able to live with himself, and he wouldn't keep the respect of his crew if he did. And at the same time, he also knew that he couldn't come up with a plan on his own. And of course, like any Star Trek character, when they know they're faced with a hopeless situation, Kobayashi Maru. And now we know that he has a very intimate knowledge of what a Kobayashi Maru test is.
Mm-hmm.
see, and this is the other thing. So the losing Gwen is going to hamper them quite a bit, because if you think about it, Gwen has like very intimate knowledge of that ship and the ins and outs of that ship. She could have devised a plan for them plugging in the protostar somewhere in the ship, but now that everything's gone to hell, they don't have Gwen.
Well, you assume that Rock Talk won't be able to rise up to the challenge, considering.
Oh no, I fully expect that they're going to literally start plugging in cables to Murph, because Murph's the only thing holding that protostar stable. Period.
I think Rock Talk is the one that can rise to the challenge. That, or they probably copy Janeway from the protostar.
Well, Rocktack has capabilities that we aren't fully aware of yet, with everything that she learned in her time-dilated state. Jenkin is the techno wizard. He's the one who's probably got a good handle on systems. Dahl is MacGyver, and then we got Zero, who's a telepath, and then and everybody has translators, so they're going to be able to talk to people and actually get them on board, and they're going to have a large pool of people to help figure out what to do and how to fix things.
Absolutely.
I absolutely agree that they're going to wind up making it work, but that's the one thing that I noticed. It's like the fact that Gwen was going to turn herself over. I think Dahl was going, "Oh shit, we can't lose you. We won't know how to do all of this other stuff." Like, what levels we need to go to plug in, Murph into whatever the hell.
Well, that's why I think they have, they got Rock Talk up far, and they got a plan going. They probably made a plan on it. We'll probably hear more about it next episode. I would think, they plan contingencies, such as how to plug up the protostar to the asteroid ship.
Well, I really hope that excuse me. I really hope that Gwen left them like a schematic of the fucking ship, so that they could path their way to where they need to go.
I'm sure they copied all the stuff they needed.
I mean, unless they want to. I mean, the other option is literally fly into the hole left by exploding the generators to plug Murph in.
We'll see what happens. There's still plenty of story to go, and we still got a whole third chapter coming later this year.
Yep.
So there's still plenty of story to tell, and there's still plenty of mysteries left to unravel, including the fate of Chakotay and the nature of the Diviner and Dreadnought. So I doubt we'll get those answered with the next episode, but there's still plenty of story to go.
I at least hope we get the history of the Diviner. They've dragged that on long enough. We should get that next episode, I think.
And then, who knows, maybe some questions will never be answered. We'll be left hanging. But that will wrap up. Any final thoughts on the episode?
I think we covered everything.
So, I've been thinking about this for a couple of weeks now, and it seems closer and closer to the Dahl doesn't know a home. He doesn't know like a family or a world that he comes from. The Diviner lost his home for whatever the hell the Federation supposedly did. And now we're at a point where Gwen is also going to be losing the only home that she's known, but it's not because of the Federation or because of Dahl, it's because of her own father.
Right.
So she's going to lose her home to betrayal. Like straight up family betrayal. And
just like Dahl in that case.
Well, I mean, as you know, Dahl never knew who his parents were. He doesn't even know what species he is.
His adopted mother.
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I really think that this whole thing is. I mean, we've already seen that Gwen and Dahl have been close this whole time, and this coming to a conclusion, if it comes to a conclusion, is going to push them even closer together, and maybe like a co-captaincy thing. Because there are times where she takes control, and there are times when Dahl is able, Dahl takes control of the situation. And it makes me really think that they're going to have like a co-captaincy thing.
We'll see.
We will see.
All right. Thank you, guys. That was a great episode. Looking forward to the next one. And now let's move on to our second review of the night, and that is the Book of Boba Fett, which had a
or the Mandalorian.
Guest I heard. Spoiled for me. So I will duck out and let you guys begin the geekery.
Well, on this week for the Mandalorian, was actually one of the best episodes so far because it did not have Boba Fett in it.
Interestingly enough, so Greg and I mentioned this 2 weeks ago when we saw Boba riding the Bantha into Mos Eisley to collect the tribute from the pipe for the Tuskens. That Amy Sedaris was in the background with her little pit droids on when the guy was stuffing the stormtrooper helmets on the sticks.
Yep, I noticed it.
It's like wow, I really hope we get like something more with her because like she is just amazing. So we got a whole fucking episode with Amy Sedaris.
Yes, we did.
Because holy shit, I can't stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. I despised Amy Sedaris for being the main character, the main protagonist in the Comedy Central show Strangers with Candy. I hated that lady. I hated it. I hated that lady. And now I can't help but love Amy Sedaris for this character because holy shit.
She is Star Wars at Reno.
See, that's the thing. All the sass and snark that the character from Strangers with Candy had, it's still here, but without the premise that she's a 30-year-old teenager.
Sure.
It's just like, that's what I couldn't stand about that show. is that it's like I'm a 30-year-old teenager getting through high school, and it's like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, that
But
show was
you
horrible.
remove all of that shit from it, and you put Amy Sedaris in Star Wars as a sassy engineering character, and holy fuck, I'm watching this show. And not only am I watching this show, I'm watching her refurbish an episode 1 Naboo starfighter. Holy shit!
And I have a strong suspicion it will turn out that starfighter was either Obi-Wan or Anakin.
Possibly. I have a theory myself. And that theory is that Fennec Shand had possession of the starfighter pieces or the chassis itself to give to the engineer lady, because Shand mentioned last episode that they could hire muscle if they knew where to look, and you got that Mandalorian sting. That obvious Mandalorian sting.
Right.
And it makes me think that she had it or knew where it was, and then because Shan seems to know a whole hell of a lot about where to find people, because, massive fucking master assassin thing.
Right.
She literally just, gives it to the Jawas, who conveniently are the ex-lover of Amy Sedaris, who then purchases the ship because the Mandalorian has blown up his Razor Crest, and she was talking about getting him a new ship, and start the ball rolling.
Right. Well, I mean, I hope everyone's complaining, like, why did she have to have a new fighter? It's like, it's fucking perfect. We're going to tie this into something else. Watch. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Well, see, honestly, I don't think the Mandalorian is going to stay in this ship. I don't think so at all.
Right.
And the biggest point for him not staying in this ship, and it probably staying with Boba Fett as a guardian vessel of some kind for the palace or whatever the hell he's doing, is the fact that the one question that kept running through my mind constantly. Okay, cool. You've got a Naboo starfighter. You've got a she scrubbed out the back of she scrubbed out the area for the astromech droid, so you could have a companion sitting with you or whatever. Where's the storage for the quote unquote warm bodies, aka frozen in carbonite?
Yeah.
There is none. So that's going to be a key thing for him not keeping the ship. And I've not seen anybody talk about that. It's like, dude wants the Razor Crest because it literally has a fucking freezer for him to put bodies in.
Right.
To take them in. I mean, at that point, he would literally have to forego I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold.
Well, he's alive or dead.
That's the point. He brings them in warm, alive, by freezing them, which is hilarious in itself. But, like, the whole body.
Yeah.
There's no place for that in the Starfighter unless he's going
to
shove
him what he did. At the beginning of the episode, he said the same thing to the guy that he killed. He said, I can bring you in alive or dead, and they just sprung his head.
Yeah, that's because the guy didn't come willingly. He put up a massive fucking fight. So yeah, naturally, the Mandalorian just chopped off his fucking head and was still able to collect a reward. AKA, I could bring you in cold.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I mean...
And of all the other shit, I fucking called it! All the way back from season 1.
Hmm?
The Armorer is still alive!
Hmm?
I fucking called it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I
We
fucking
figured
called
it.
that.
And there's only a couple of them left. Yeah, we figured that. We figured. But I thought you made it. No, she didn't make
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You when we got the like all of the helmets piled up in the base and all that shit.
it. Right.
He found the helmet of the armorer, and
Right.
everybody was just like, "Okay, she's dead." No, it's just a helmet.
I mean, yeah, it could have extra other helmets laying around in case, or an old helmet. You know?
It could be. It could be an old helmet. I think she's lying. Remember when the battle concludes and she asks the question, "Have you ever removed your helmet to Doll?"
Mm.
Right? And she's talking about this whole holier than thou oath keeping your helmet on and all that kind of shit. I think she's broken that rule herself.
Or the thing of it was, have you ever removed your helmet in front of others? That's what she asked. And you're allowed to remove it in private. Because, I mean, there's certain things you got to do in private, but you're not supposed to move it in front of other people.
See here, but
He did that.
as far as I'm aware, Dal hasn't done that.
Al.
Because the only time I remember
Al?
the not Dal, God, what is his name? He's got
And
a
Jaren. And Jaren.
Din. That's it. See that? There you go. He's got a 3-lettered name too, just like Dal does. Din. And I'm like, Din hasn't done that. Din hasn't done that either. Because remember, as far as I remember, the only time he's ever like removed his helmet, like proper removed his helmet, was the like taking it off in front of the fucking droid.
No, at the end of the, when Luke Skywalker Rogue Group took it off. Last episode of season 2.
Okay, I mean, cause okay.
Yeah, he took it off in front of Grogu and Skywalker. As Grogu's getting ready to leave with Skywalker to go to his training. Yep, he did.
Okay, I'll okay. I don't remember a whole bunch of season 2, honestly.
It's alright. I had to go look it up because I could have swore that's what happened, but yeah, because I remember the other one, but I wouldn't go and watch the last clip of Mandalorian. And yeah, that's what happened. It was took his helmet off right for Luke Skywalker to go off and do his training.
All right. Well, um. So what did you like about this episode?
Well, I mean, I like the fact that it wasn't a complete fucking flashback episode like every other one that we've had. I like a good storytelling episode, but when you do it more than once, it starts to kind of kill the mood of the story. And usually, like with the way they've been doing Boba Fett's backstory, like half the episode is nothing but Boba Fett backstory, and then you have like 10 minutes of content, and it really just kind of throws you off. And, we were thought that this would be like something about Boba Fett and the Palace going forward, not Boba Fett and his backstory. In this particular episode, we had no Boba Fett. It was a complete story from start to finish. It was so we were catching up with Mando. I mean, they didn't even bring any Boba Fett characters in until right there at the end. So I mean, it was just different. It felt like an actual episode. It was actually really good to see Mando again. I've heard a lot of people say it's exactly the same thing, that they thought this was great because it was a Mandalorian episode and not Boba Fett. So hopefully Disney takes note. Uh, yeah.
I can't really say that I agree. Although I saw it although I saw it a lot this week of that was a great episode of The Mandalorian. I'm like, what the fuck happened? So I finally got to watch the episode. I'm like, oh, okay, now I understand.
Yeah.
But I 100% have to disagree with all the people who I mean, that they don't like the show for like the flashback scenes. I like the whole point of the flashback scenes is dude is trying to heal himself in the fucking back to tank. What are they going to do?
Do a whole little flashback scene or break it up a little bit where it's not the entire episode.
I mean, like you could literally spend those entire fucking flashback scenes just showing Boba Fett in the back to tank. Would you enjoy that? Would you enjoy watching paint dry?
You can just cut it off and plastic go.
You
don't have to go the whole thing.
I figured this out last week, and I don't think a lot of people really understand what I mean when I say it. Is that the thing about at least the first couple of episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, with the flashbacks and healing and all that kind of stuff, is this is Star Wars doing Star Trek storytelling.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of people can't stand it because they're Star Wars fans. And we've seen the same thing out of Star Trek because Star Trek is trying to lean more into Star Wars storytelling with Discovery. And a lot of Star Trek fans can't stand it. Now, I'm not like super fucking hardcore on either side. So when they start meshing together, I accept it. I understand the change and can kind of transition into the other change. Also, insert obvious trans joke because why the hell not? But like, the problems I have with Discovery are singled around a character, not the storytelling. And the problems that I have with what I have with the Book of Boba Fett is generally the set dressing, not the storytelling.
All right.
So in my head, I can't. I understand that people are having problems because they're two separate worlds being mushed together in the form of storytelling, but at the same time, my entire life has been the two different storytellings. Like melding them together makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
Boba Fett is an old fucking man. It's entirely reasonable that an old ass fucking man would look back on his life and go, yeah, no, there's some shit that I did that I'm not proud of. There's some shit that I did that I think the person I was working for was totally fucking stupid. I think shit needs to change. I think I want to make that change myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's completely fucking understandable. Fennec Shan, in that respect, at all the hoopla that's going on, in that respect, Fennec Shan has been the voice of the fans. You're going soft, old man. Well, yeah, no shit. One, he's an old man. Two, he literally just went through an entire fucking tribal genocide. Like, dude's gonna have some heavy shit weighing on him. And to understand that, like, moving forward not only requires skill, cunning, and ruthlessness, which dude literally just went into Jabba's palace and straight up shot and killed Bib Fortuna and then just sat on the fucking throne like a badass. You can't tell me Boba Fett isn't a fucking savage. Dude did that. The other half of it is showing that he is still a fucking Mandalorian. He has the cunning, he has the guile, he has the smarts, and he has the willingness to sit there and contemplate the shit that goes on, just like Din does.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that I think a whole bunch of people are just upset
Anyone
about.
boost guns volume by 15%? I can't. I hear they're fine.
Am I too low?
No, not for me, but for Tony, he says you're a little low, but I don't know. Maybe that's something.
Okay,
they're fine for me.
Okay, I can turn myself up just a little bit. But like the only thing that I could see that people have complaints about is because you're having flashbacks.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. And we're done with those. Because not this episode, but the episode before, literally the back tank beeps, the droid comes up and says, "You're healed." We're at the end of the fucking flashbacks. Like the moment he goes into the back to tank, and he comes out of it and talks to Fennec, he says the dreams are back. So obviously, when he's in the back to tank, that's when he has flashbacks. So now that we're done with that, we're done with that. So, all the people who've already left, okay, I understand. I'm sorry you're not going to be able to stick around and see the rest of it out. At the same time, we literally have a character who you guys are all pulling from extended universe shit at how badass he is. Like, all we have of Boba Fett in like super duper canon. Like, if we're applying Star Trek logic, like him being in the films is the only thing that's canon. Him being in the films and him being in like the holiday special are the only things that have been fucking canon for forever. Now, Lucas went and did the extended universes canon, but the moment Disney bought Star Wars, they took all that shit back. So we still only have just like snippets of Boba Fett. So we have no idea what his personality is or what his ruthlessness is like. Disney has an entire fucking playground. That's the entire reason they nixed the extended universe, was to give themselves that fucking playground.
Bosco says if you have to have canon, you have to tie yourself to canon and you're limited to your storytelling, as they found out with Star Trek. You tie yourself to canon.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of people are speculating that season 2 and 3 of Picard are supposed to be doing weird shit with the timeline. I don't know. I don't care. Just tell a good fucking story. I'll complain about canon when stuff doesn't make sense. Sure. But are you telling a good story? And the Book of Boba Fett is a hell of a good story so far, even with having an entire episode of Amos.
I do like the backstory. I do like the backstory, a little bit, but they could have done that whole thing really, really good. I would have liked that. They would have just, took care of that by itself in a couple episodes rather than trying to split it up the way they did. But I guess, I see the reasons for doing it, even if I don't like it.
I mean, let's be perfectly honest. We're only at what, episode 5?
We got a lot of backstory and not a lot of form momentum yet.
Right. We're literally at, we're still in, like, as far as I'm aware, what we have 10 or so episodes of this season of the Book of Boba Fett. We've spent only 4 episodes setting up all of the pieces for 5 episodes of a fucking war. And because the 5th episode is basically all about Din and setting him up for taking Mandalore back, which absolutely is going to be bankrolled by Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Has to be bankrolled by Boba Fett.
I see that happen.
But we've spent the past 4 episodes of the series, and be honest, they felt like 8 to 10 episodes.
Uh,
But we've only spent 4 episodes setting up all the pieces and all the intrigue and all the reasons why for all of the fallout that's going to come in the later half of the season.
Hopefully.
And it's going to start with the whatever army that they build, which is, I mean, we got an entire episode of the Mandalorian, so the Mandalorian's going to be there. You
That's
know,
the only thing that people are going to be doing.
we literally got the shout out to the extended universe because we have the Chrysanthemum, the Wookiee, the ruthless Wookiee is going to be part of that muscle. A bunch of Power Ranger moped kids are going to be part of that army.
Fucking moped.
2 Gamorreans, probably from Jabba's original detail, are going to be there in the whole thing. A master assassin, Fennec Shand, who seems to have a Swiss Army butt in her fucking sniper rifle, is going to be there. And we literally just got a fully healed fucking Boba Fett. Dude, this is the start of a fucking army. For a war against the Pikes. Like, I am 100% looking forward to the end of the Book of Boba Fett. This is a really good fucking setup. Just don't have any slow speed chases again.
Looks like Frost is throwing away at his painting.
But yeah, no, I 100% look forward to the end of this. I am loving the Book of Boba Fett every step along the way. I couldn't say that about Discovery because I had so much just the character of Burnham just was so fucking weird to me. And it threw everything off for Discovery. Well, I'm having the complete opposite thing here with the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. Let's see. We have 10 more episodes left. We'll have to see what happens next one. I'm hoping the Mandalorian sticks around.
Wait. We have 10 more episodes of the Book of Boba Fett?
Let me see.
Because, like, if that's the case, holy shit.
Hold on, let me look.
Because, like, that's not we've not even spent a third on the whole flashback shit if we're getting 15 episodes.
Right, episode 5. Yeah, episode 5 so far. What is it?
I mean, they're look, you guys, there have been so many of you who are out there who are like, Boba Fett's so cool. I wish we had a Boba Fett story, and you know, they did Boba Fett wrong in the prequels, and okay. Literally, here's your chance to have Boba Fett being a badass. What are you complaining about? Even in the fucking flashbacks, Boba Fett.
We only got 2 more episodes after this.
Oh, so there's only 2 more episodes?
Yeah, we got chapter 6, chapter 7. There might be more, but as far as I know, there's only going to be 7 episodes so far. They might do more, but yeah, we got to run a Return of the Mandalorian.
It's probably because they didn't know what reaction they'd get to a Boba Fett
the Mandalorian around. Yeah, you know, they'll have quite a bit of a reaction.
Well, sure. I'm pretty sure the next episode is going to be the start of the whole fucking war. And
Yeah.
you've seen how much shit they can cram into an episode at Disney.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're like, what, 45, 55-minute episodes on these? Yeah,
Like
I mean,
they
they do
spent
it really good.
like almost every season of the Mandalorian has been all this shit needs to be answered, and we've only got one more episode, and then all that shit not only gets answered, but a whole bunch of extra shit happens, and it's like,
Right.
how the hell did they pull that off?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a couple of episodes left of Boba Fett.
We'll just have to see how it
Let's
goes.
watch Disney do it again.
Yep. And then we'll have Mandalorian season 3 after that. So how about that? That's going to be till later on this year, though. But alrighty, let's head on to our next topic. We have let me yank Ross back into the stream. Which
Okay,
like he's busy painting away in this little window down here. We saw what you was doing. We saw that. He was busy painting away in a little corner, you know.
Well, yeah, she's just passing.
Ross was lonely, so we need to bring him back up.
There we go.
He's productively passing the time
Mm-hmm.
as we're discussing stuff that are spoilers.
Hey, I've got a squad. I'm prepping for the wife.
Yeah, no.
Well,
I'm not blaming you for anything.
At least you're not humping a PS4 controller.
If anything, I look forward to you watching the Book of Boba Fett because I really want your opinion.
Yeah, I think you're going to enjoy all of it. But
I think so too. It's just a matter of getting time to actually sit down and watch it. The wife has been so obsessed with Encanto, we watched it a couple times during the week.
Oh, good Lord.
In the times that we would watch anything else. And she's not very interested in the Star Wars expanded universe, so it's finding time, and my list is ever growing.
So, 2023?
Sometime after Lucifer season 4.
2025.
At this point, Encanto is becoming like Frozen. There are memes fucking everywhere, and I wish they would stop.
Memes, film theory, fan theory, canon,
fan fiction.
I haven't seen it. I still haven't even seen Frozen.
Fortunately, I haven't seen any Rule 34 yet.
Oh, I'm fighting.
Give it time.
I'm sure it's there. I just haven't seen it yet.
Why did you miss it?
I mean, we already had what was it, Coco? So I mean, you've already got the Cavaliera fucking things.
Fucking things.
And I literally mean like the little sugar skulls and skull fucking. That's Rule 34 for Coco.
Skull fucking. Wait a minute. When did it turn into a porno? Skull fucking? Seriously?
All right, let's get on to our other topics for tonight. So we got a couple items in gaming news this week. Thanks again to Greg for setting up our Trello this week.
Thank you, Greg.
I'll skip the Pokemon one since none of us are really.
Thank God. All right, Greg. Right. Easy lose.
Okay, so I will take a moment and say that Pokemon Legends Arceus, Raina and Travis have been raving about it, and I was like, good. I'm glad you guys finally got something good after the disaster that it looks like Sword and Shield was with Pokemon characters, and all that. So I'm glad you guys got something. I'm still over here playing Pokemon Uranium because I'm
Pokemon Uranium.
I'm way fucking old school when it comes to my Pokemon, and Pokemon Uranium has been this whole fan-made thing that is like
hilarious,
super dark, but like awesome at the same time.
All right, and secondly, video game movie news is still technically video game news, right?
Mostly. Unless it's
We got another trailer for the Uncharted movie starring Tom Holland. And I haven't seen it. I'm not really interested in. I haven't. I've barely played the Uncharted series to begin with. I know I've heard it's good, and I've got no reason to doubt it. But at the same time, Tomb Raider.
Here's my answer to the movie trailer.
I mean, I've seen stills from the from whatever promotions they were doing about the trailer being out and the movie coming out. All right, it looks like all of the screenshots that I've seen for Uncharted. I've never fucking played Uncharted. Hell, I've never even played a Tomb Raider game until the 2013 reboot thing, and holy fucking shit, I know more about Laura than that game was able to pull off, and that game was fucking horrendous.
Yes, it was.
I played that shit on Twitch and went on minute-long fucking rants because of the contradictory shit in that writing. So
wasn't that one made by another company?
Like I have look, if I get access to it, sure, I'll watch an Uncharted movie. But like I'm literally going to step back and let all the fans run their muck when shit goes wrong in the movie, because inevitably it will. Like,
that's really what I do. If I don't have access to a movie or something, I'll see what the fan reaction is online, and I'll be like, "Well, I'll give it a go."
See, and that's the one thing. That's the weirdest thing, though, that I have about the Sonic franchise that they've got going on now. Like, compared to like all of the people who talk about the character model, which we've talked about before. Like, they took 3 to 6 months and fixed a fucking character model of Sonic for that entire fucking movie. I've never heard anybody complain about the story of that movie, which is like, see, you can pull off a video game movie. You just have to make sure you're writing it correctly.
And the characters look like the characters, and not whatever that abomination was.
It doesn't have to look exactly like it, but that was kind of
abomination.
Well, see, that's the other thing. The later Sonic games did that shit. Like,
not to the same degree.
No, I mean, you weren't stuck in just a 2D world where you were rescuing bunnies and birds all the fucking time. You were in a world with humans and other creatures.
Yeah, because Sonic the Hedgehog takes place in a post-apocalyptic far future where wildlife has evolved to become upright and apparently magical powers.
Yeah, but, and like, hell, even Mario did this shit. Like, as many people like knock the Super Mario Brothers movie. Like, fucking Nintendo went that route. Fucking Nintendo went that route with New Donk City and all that shit.
So at least it wasn't Battleship.
There are human people that exist in the Mario world because Mario is one. Obviously, there have to be more.
New Donk City, at least, as it was presented, was made to fit into the Mario universe as it was.
More or less.
All right, we got to see Pauline again for the first time since Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not that interested in Uncharted. Maybe I'll change my mind at some point. We'll see. But there is other video game movie news, and in this case, it's about one of my pleasant surprise of video game adaptations, and that it was the Mortal Kombat movie. Its sequel has been confirmed, and they have announced a writer. Jeremy Slater, the head writer for the upcoming Moon Knight series, will be writing the script.
Oh, you mean bootleg Batman? Okay. Moon Knight is bootleg Batman. The only difference between Moonlight is he actually lets his schizophrenic self out in the open, and his
Moon
costume magically appears.
Moon Knight
And
Transformed.
Dracula owes him money.
Moon Knight
Oh.
is actually an amalgamation of both Batman and Deadpool, which Deadpool is actually from the same universe. So
Yeah. Ooh, Moon Knight.
So, in
Deadpool
addition
costume.
to Moon Knight, he also wrote for several episodes of the Umbrella Academy, the Exorcist series,
I like that.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah.
which Fantastic Four?
2015.
Uh,
And that was his second gig. That was his second gig as a writer. That was so his first credit is
that was the first one, right? The first
his
Fantastic
first one
Four
was
movie?
The Lazarus Effect, followed by Fantastic Four, the Exorcist series, where he was also an executive producer. Pet, Stephanie.
The fuck is Pet?
He's currently writing for Umbrella Academy and is an executive producer for it.
So we are getting a season 3 of Umbrella Academy. Thank God.
Hey, I still need
Coyote
to catch up on
versus
70
Acme.
too. What?
Coyote versus Acme.
Okay.
As
Okay.
in Coyote, Roadrunner, and Coyote.
Are they? They're legit making a Hanna-Barbera movie. Okay.
That's Warner Brothers.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
The Coyote and the Roadrunner are Looney Tunes.
yeah.
It's still Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lump all of that shit into Hanna-Barbera, like Hanna-Barbera era stuff. You know, that's what I consider it. You know.
So some
Okay.
details. The first Mortal Kombat movie ended up 42.2 million domestic, 83.6 million globally, and according to Warner Media's executive vice president of growth and revenue, Brad Wilson, said that Mortal Kombat outperformed expectations.
Yeah, of course it did. They didn't expect a fighting movie to actually make any money.
They didn't expect a video game movie to make any money.
I mean, like, it's not even that it's a video game movie. Hollywood keeps doing this shit where they make a movie expecting it not to make money, and it's a fighting movie. Fight Club.
A quote from Mr. Wilson in his interview, because Mortal Kombat was an interesting title for us, because I will say that while we expected it to do well, we did not expect it to do as well as it did. It's been one of our top assets on the platform.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of people don't expect a fight movie to do well. And then when it does, people are fucking Pikachu faced. Now, I will say this: I gotta combat Justin. The first Fantastic Four movie was pretty fucking decent. It fell apart in the sequels. So if he directed the first Fantastic Four movie, holy shit, give this man a job.
All right, that's all the details so far, but that makes me excited. Justin, you haven't said too much.
Other than I mean, Combat was a great movie. I'm glad they're making it good. I just hope they don't go overboard and do like Wonder Woman 84 and fuck it all up.
Yeah, that was a mess.
I still have not been able to watch that whole movie. I've tried multiple times and all this every time.
So, in other news around the sphere, we are getting, hot off the heels of Masters of the Universe Revelation, we are getting a live action Masters of the Universe movie.
Well, wasn't there
Oh
two?
shit! Oh shit!
Wasn't there two He-Man things to come out? The Kevin Smith's Revelations, and then the other thing that came out was like a.
Well, because of that, we're now getting a live action movie.
Because there
It
were like
was
so many people talking about going to the other series because fuck Kevin Smith or whatever, and it was just releasing or something.
I don't remember.
I see.
I
I
think
don't
that was
remember. I don't remember either. But like, it seemed like there were two
that's
He-Man properties out at the time.
there was another one that was kind of a cartoon, but it's not. They're basing this off of the Masters of the Universe. So
Right.
it's this
Um,
property.
well, sure. I mean, that was Kevin Smith's whole argument. It's not He-Man. It's Masters of the Universe. We're not
Yeah.
focusing on He-Man.
All right, so this project has actually been in the works for quite a while and has been slightly maligned. Previously, Noah Centino was supposed to have the role of He-Man, but this announcement comes with the recasting of Prince Adam as West Side Story star Kyle Allen.
Okay. Still haven't seen that new one yet.
That doesn't mean much to me, but
Hey, whatever.
If I remember, yeah, no, this is one of those projects that was in production hell.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that we were, well, not necessarily we, like as in the show, but like I'm pretty sure we, like as friends, were talking about something about this. God, back in the early 20 teens,
Probably.
and just it seemed to have gone fucking nowhere. I mean, like, you want to talk about production hell, you know? Seth Green is still trying to get the fucking Short Circuit reboot off the ground. And we're talking about Seth Green. We're literally talking about Joker from Mass Effect, the fat kid from Family Guy,
The brain behind Robot Chicken.
the brain behind Robot Chicken.
Dum, ba-dum, boom.
Yeah, no, like, we're talking about Seth Green. Like, dude has clout, and he can't even get a Short Circuit reboot off the fucking ground. I mean, hell, he literally wanted to do the whole. I mean, he was literally talking about doing a Lower Decks for Star Wars before Lower Decks even became a thing.
Yeah, he was. Let's see.
So that's pretty much about it, ain't it?
Well, there's one more, and I actually saw this earlier today. So typically Saturdays, family has pizza. It's quick, it's easy. There's a little Caesars down the street that's very simple to order from, and I don't mind going out and pick it up. I'm just in the habit of that, I guess. But I saw something odd when they on the app when I made the order. Apparently, Little Caesars is doing a cross promotion with the Batman movie.
Mhm.
As such, they've created a Batman pizza.
Oh,
It's a bat-shaped pizza.
So here's the deal. Last year, I think it was, they created like this crazy calzone thing, and it was all right. It really didn't go over all too well. But you know, them curling pizza in certain ways. Yeah, no, like you know, people actually buying the pizza, the crazy calzones were uncurling the pizza and making all kinds of shapes and shit. And one of those just happened to be a bat emblem. And yeah, no, I'm pretty sure management was like, "Ooh, is there a Batman movie coming out?" Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do that thing. So
why?
that's where we get
Because
we
money.
get this.
Because money.
It looked like a pizza and a calzone combined.
That's the whole point.
That's good.
Like the whole the crazy calzone thing that they did, it was all like the calzone parts. This is just literally them unfolding four ends.
Hey, there have been worse Batman tie-ins, like
Worst
George
pizza.
Clooney whipping out a Batman
Oh
MasterCard.
my fucking
Never leave
god!
the cave without it.
Why?
That
Why did you
what,
bring it
Money.
up?
Money.
that was literally in the fucking film.
It was product
Why?
placement.
Why? Or Taco Bell in Demolition Man.
We're talking about Batman. There have been other product placements in Batman. My
But-
first memory was a Diet Coke commercial with the original Batman film.
But look, I'll say this. I'll say this. Little Caesars, the company that owns Little Caesars, they have the money to spend. You know why? Because they're not based on being a pizza company. They're based on being a delivery service company, aka delivering the pepperoni and the dough and the cheese and all that kind of shit.
Hey, that's how and McDonald's is a real estate company.
Mm-hmm.
There is. Most of them are now because they sell all franchises and real estate. Like Taco Bell. Look at Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, KFC, and whatever else they have. They're real estate.
Well, see, the interestingly enough, the Taco Bell ones, Taco Bell, KFC, what you just said, they're still all under an umbrella group, Yum Brands, because of being owned by Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
So Pepsi, whether or not Pepsi was making money off of those stores or not, isn't dependent on those companies like making product like a Batman pizza. They're making money off of selling Pepsi.
Yep. Well, we got one final topic on the Trello tonight, and that is Alexa is doing 2000 Space Odyssey jokes now.
Oh, dear God.
Not only is Alexa doing this, I've had a lot of people start talking about their Alexas being super fucking sensitive lately. Like everything will set off the Alexa. And it's weird. Yeah, I'm like, it's like, yeah, no, you're getting closer to the Skynet shit.
I will never have AI in my home. Never. I don't trust it. I don't want nothing of it. When Skynet goes, I want to be able to blow my hard drive. Say, fuck you too, I'm out.
I mean, this thing is bad enough.
Like, I said this like I said this quite a while ago. I don't want an Alexa in my house. I don't want a fucking Ring. All that shit seems stupid to me. Like, why the fuck do I want to post tweets from my fucking fridge?
Well, I was on Amazon to get that wireless doorbell because I had that break in a couple weeks back, and I was wanting to get looking at getting a Ring camera. I don't want to get none of that shit next to a cloud. I don't want a chance to have some fucking hacker try to hack into my system. I just want a wireless camera or a wired camera that I can hook up there to my door so I can see who comes knocking. And I don't have to worry about it no more.
All right. Before we go full Luddite, let's move on to our final topic of the night. My favorite and yours. What are we watching? Let's start off with you, Justin.
Well, let's see. We finished out the Expanse last week, which was fucking awesome. If you haven't get a chance to watch it,
I'm having a hard time understanding you.
I finished off the Expanse about 2 days ago. Finally, if you haven't had a chance to watch it, watch it. It's sometime before 2025, Ross. I'm playing a lot of Star Citizen. We're getting ready to gear up for the latest Xeno threat, which goes live on the 3rd. So I will be streaming that event. I don't know how good we're going to do because our main guy that owns all the big heavy-hitting ships is going to be out of town that weekend. So it might be fun to watch us all try to struggle. But yeah, other than that, that's been very light week. Just watching all my YouTubers, and it was another show I started watching. Peacemaker. I just finished the last episode of Peacemaker for this week. If you haven't watched it, catch up on it. It's fucking hilarious and great. Awesome all up once. He was next for a knockoff from Suicide Squad. Yeah, pretty good.
All right. Thank you, Justin. Son, what are you watching this week?
So I've the Leia Remini Scientology watch continues. Yeah, no, that's that okay. I'm only in season 2, so this is like 2017 when this is going on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, the church is getting a hell of a lot more aggressive, like when it comes to the stuff that they're doing. When with like I mean, we're talking about an episode. The editing for the next episode is talking about stuff that the church started doing immediately, them following filming of the previous episode. And like, holy shit, the church is getting more aggressive. I still have no idea where this is going to go because I haven't seen any legislation about Scientology, and it's 2022. But I'm glad I'm getting eyeballs on this myself because holy shit, this series needs eyeballs. Second thing, so you guys know that I watch It's a Southern Thing on YouTube, which is basically kind of a comedy-ish channel with Southern situations, like people judging types of mayonnaise because that's a come on, that's a Southern thing, obviously, judging mayonnaise. And one of the actors from that channel is named Matt Miller, and he has his own YouTube channel. And in November, he showed off a video of him taste testing Little Debbie Christmas tree cake ice cream that was only being sold in Walmarts.
Ooh.
And when I saw it, I went to look up what nearest Walmart actually had product, and the nearest one to me was in fucking Tennessee.
Oh.
It's like, holy shit, nope, there's no way I'm getting any of this.
You always order it online.
He posted a video. Well, you couldn't order it online, even from Walmart. He posted a video this week. Little Debbie is giving us 7 more brands starting February 13th. Honey bun ice cream, zebra cake ice cream, strawberry shortcake, Swiss rolls, cosmic brownies, and Nutty Buddies. God, what is the other? There are 2 more. God, I can't remember the other 2. But anyway, they saw people rushing like fucking mad to get these ice creams. They're making more. One, I've never heard a Southern person talk so fucking fast in my life because he was literally just he was almost vomiting this information out because he was so fucking excited. And he's like, I don't care who you are. I am willing to fight you in the ice cream section at a Walmart. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. I didn't get to try the Christmas tree cake ice cream, but I'm definitely going after the Nutty Buddies because that's where I sit. The third thing is I'm not sure if this is a thing from the week before or if it was from this week, but I think I kind of dragged everybody into I dragged everybody else into a YouTube rabbit hole. See, there's this video that was posted in a couple of Discords talking about how the Italian Parliament had recently had a porn problem on a Zoom call. And everybody who watched this video that I posted was like, hey, who's the VTuber chick talking? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll go and look. And I went and looked, and I couldn't find anything at first. And then a day or two rolls around, and I'm like, holy shit, I found it! I found it! And everybody has been going nuts for a YouTube channel called Absolute Unit. And it is amazing because Absolute Unit covers all kinds of crazy shit. From reviewing High Guardian Spice, which they did recently, to covering like lewd Twitter comments about the character and even lewd fan art.
Let me give you a bit.
Okay.
So imagine, if you will, gorgeous goth avatar with a voice something like this. Now, based on the expression on her face, the position of the gentleman behind her, I gotta say, the entry point is probably the butt.
You literally have a goth character who's kind of Dr. Girl.
That's right. That was my thought as well. It's got to be a Dr. Girlfriend kind of deal. The voice sounds like she smokes 10 packs a day, but the body is banging.
In fact, that was one of the fan arts, too.
Her name is Sukatsu Sinclair, and she talks about herself like she's a living waifu. She knows she's 2D, she knows she's desirable, but she also knows she's garbage, so it all kind of balances out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Don't hate the game. Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
No, wait. The best part is, if you've watched the review of High Guardian Spice from Absolute Unit, there's an entire segment where Sinclair talks about bad English dubs, and literally says, you hear this voice all the time. This is just a translation. This is just a dub. See, because when I switch over to the Japanese audio, and then you have this smooth, buttery fucking Japanese lady voice, and everybody's like, oh, shit.
I know.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Bone is confused, too.
So, yeah, I drug everybody, not just Ross. I've drug several servers into this rabbit hole this week, so I'm fucking proud of myself.
You did well. In my case, I asked, hey, where's this hole? I want to jump in.
See, there's a reason I call myself a provert, because I'm a professional at what I do.
All right, thank you, son. As for me, it's been the usual YouTube fare, nothing really special or significant.
Still not
although
right.
What I want to talk about for this week is not what I have watched this week, but what I'm going to watch tomorrow. And that is The Legend of Vox Machina, the animated series based on Critical Role's first campaign. The first 3 episodes dropped this past Friday, and I'm going to be hosting a watch party on my Twitch tomorrow. I'll put out the specific time for it sometime around lunch, my time, Central. So to keep a lookout on my Twitter if you want to join in. We're going to watch these episodes. We're going to geek out like hell. It's going to be a blast.
Are you allowed to do that?
Yeah, so long as I have a Prime subscription.
Okay,
it's an integrated feature of Twitch.
Ah, okay. I wasn't sure because like a whole bunch of Twitch people just got fucking busted for anime.
Yeah, they were busted for anime. They were busted for Gordon Ramsay.
Hell's
Kitchen.
No, I don't think it is called Hell's Kitchen.
It is. Yeah, you get it right. You get it right.
It's got Hell's Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah, and then a couple people got busted for Disney movies. I mean, if you're gonna do a dumb, don't do the dumbest of the dumb.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if there's a Disney movie on Twitch or on Amazon Prime, guess what?
Yeah, but pretty much all the Disney stuff is on Disney Plus now.
Sure. No, I understand that. That's kind of my point. Like, if they want to go after you, even if it's an integrated thing because of Amazon, that they're gonna go after you.
If it's, I believe the thing with Amazon is it's all part of the license that Amazon has for that piece. If the
Okay.
license, if you can stream it, if part of the license for
And it usually tells you if you go to try to stream that you have if it's part of subscription, it will not let you do it through the Amazon Prime thing if it is not part of it. And these people were doing it through less than obvious means.
right.
Okay. Because I could have sworn Machinima was bought by Disney at one
Nope.
point.
Machinima was bought by Warner Brothers.
Okay.
The Geeks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
At one point.
Maker is the one that was bought by Disney.
Maker Studios. That's right. Because because they gobbled up Rooster Teeth with all that shit.
Rooster Teeth was acquired by Full Screen, which was acquired by Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Okay.
Which was then, Full Screen was acquired. They ended up with Warner Brothers. That's
It gets
why
confusing.
Genlock and Ruby are now on.
Yeah, if you notice the multi-channel things that existed on YouTube to protect creators now no longer exist because they sold themselves to bigger corporations.
The goal was never to protect them. The goal was to build up a business so they could sell.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I from the beginning of all that shit I was like, don't buy in.
I told a lot of my friends the same thing. I was like, "It's damn, don't do it. Don't do it unless you mentioned it. Do not do it."
Game
Especially
Theory
when
had a
the payout-
really interesting episode about how their experience, both the good and the bad, started with an R. I forget the name.
See, that's the other thing. Those in most cases, those multi-channel management companies were even worse of a payout than straight YouTube. And you know how terrible, I mean, even before all the adpocalypse shit, the payout from YouTube was terrible.
Yeah, it still is. Huh.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are complaining,
of the past now.
Especially toy reviewers that are catching fucking hell with YouTube. I mean, even if they're like adult toy reviewers, it's horrible for them right now.
Anyway, that will wrap things up tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and geeking out with us about all the fun stuff that we're covering for the week. We'll see you again next time. Justin, where can people find you?
Twitch.tv _ separate. And if you're already watching from here, you're in the right place because I'll be sure to listen later.
It doesn't really work anymore since both of us are streaming to Twitch. When it was just me, it worked. But now I can't say that because we're also streaming to you on Twitch. So if someone is watching us on Twitch, they could be in either channel. And they're in the right place to watch the show, but not the right place for the call out.
Well, but if they're in my channel, I can display their comments on.
Yes, you can. What's up, Diggs? Son, where can people find you?
Well, see, you're not entirely incorrect either, because what happened when the streaming started, Ross. I hosted your channel, so if people are on my channel, they're watching your channel through my channel,
which is also the right place.
Which is also the right place. So you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Sunseal. I stream typically Sundays and Tuesdays at about 4 p.m. Eastern. And come and check me out.
And in case anyone is wondering, we are not violating Twitch's TOS. We are all streaming from separate platforms.
And you can find me at twitch.tv/live_love_play. I paint and assemble miniature games. I play games when I am able, which is no such.
You need to work on that sometime this week.
Yeah. I try when I stream when I can because I'm a busy guy.
See,
he really is. He needs a clone.
See, if only we had this kind of Prime deal with Disney. That way you could stream instead of the Critical Role thing. You could stream the Book of Boba Fett tomorrow.
I'm more excited about Legend of Vox Machina.
Anyway,
thank you guys so much for hanging out with us once again. We hope you have a good rest of your weekend and a good week to follow. We'll see you again next week. And until next time, remember to live, to love, and to play every day. Son.
And remember, sweeties, you are loved and appreciated by just your being you, unless you work at the ATF.
Oi, Justin,
or
please
let your
how?
boycotting. Or Alex Peters. Or Joe Biden. No, Florida man this week.
Oh, I already ended it on Twitch.
Oh, I'm gonna end.